Hey everybody, Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go product review. And what we have this time is the Fuji Cutlery Narihira Gyuto 210mm knife. So this line of knives, if you look on the product page, there'll be more explanation, but they are made in China and then sent to Japan for finish work. So to keep the costs down, and the steel that they use, and I really don't have any experience with the steel, but you can check on the Chef Knives to Go forums. I'm sure they're talking about these and getting some feedback on it. But the steel is 4116 full stainless steel. Heat treats about probably 58, maybe 59 Rockwell. The construction is mono steel, so there's no cladding or layers. It's just one chunk of steel that's been probably laser cut and then ground to shape, which is the way a lot of these knives are made. The weight and dimensions should be fairly similar from knife to knife. This particular one is 194 grams or 6.8 ounces, and a lot of that is in the handle. Edge length is 213 on the edge, or about 8.4 inches, and the overall length is about 13.4 inches, or 340 millimeters. These are fairly thin overall. Pretty much I just got a 1.6 millimeter thickness all the way across the board, all the way down. And then as you get to where the knife starts getting shaped and ground towards the edge, the tip thins out. These are not razor thin tips, but they get reasonably thin. And then here's what the choil shot looks like. Again, not razor thin at the edge, but they got a little meat back there for some durability. The handle is 44.9. I shouldn't say handle. The blade height is 44.9 or about 45 millimeters. Handles are black micarta, and so micarta is just about bulletproof. This is very dimensionally stable and again very, very good material for knife handles. It can be a little heavier, but you've got a full tang back there, and then you've got a kind of an integrated style bolster. The fit and finish on the blade is really pretty darn good. The handles, you can kind of tell they do them a little bit quickly, but again, we're going to a price point here. But overall, fit and finish, I'd say, is pretty darn good for the price point that you're at. The knife has a fair amount of stiffness to it, and let's take a look. Let's see here. Handle, as far as like size goes, it's pretty kind of normal for a knife of this type. It might be a little bit wider there than some. It definitely doesn't have any kind of flares on it. It's pretty much just straight slab sides, and I'd say the sides have fairly blocky edges, but it's still quite comfortable. The knife itself, you can see it's kind of machine finished, as most of these are. And you've got screened in kanji on the right side of the blade as you'd be using it. There's your finish. Get a little polish towards the edge. Here's your left side of the blade. Kind of just plain. I would say seat of the pants, looking at the edge bevels on these, I would give it maybe a 70-30, so 70 right, 30 left, in terms of the edge bevel being a little bit larger on the right side versus the left side. So not complete 50-50. Fit and finish wise, you can see the blade finish is pretty nicely done. They've relieved a little bit of the edges on the spine, although it's got a little bit there. It's fairly 90-degree-ish. The choil is a little bit sharp on the left side. Right side, they've done a little bit of work to it. If it were me, I'd probably tweak that choil just a little bit and take the edge off it just a little bit, if you pardon the pun. What else? Out of the box edge, I'd say maybe 5 out of 10. These will probably get sharper if you want to make them there. I don't know really the characteristics of the steel, how sharp it can get. If it likes to get sharp, those kind of things that some of the other steels might do a little differently. But here's the edge profile on this guy. So it's pretty curvy overall as I try to cut myself. Hopefully I don't think I did. There we go. We're good. So here's the edge profile. It's pretty curvy overall. Not a whole lot of flat on the blade. Quite a bit of curve towards the heel. These will definitely get pretty high, so this thing will rock like a champ. So if you like to rock, this is it. If you like to chop, it is not. So pretty curvy all the way back into the heel. So just a high value line of knives with kind of a combination of manufacturing locations to keep the costs down, and you know, I mean, for the price you're paying, the really overall package is pretty nicely executed. So this is the Fuji Cutlery Narihira Gyuto 210 millimeter knife.